Hi everyone, today I would like to talk about something that I find quite puzzling. Many years ago, I can't remember exactly when, maybe close to 15 years ago, well before we could find watercolor journals with 140-pound paper, let alone 100% cotton paper. Back then, watercolor journals mostly had 90-pound paper and cellulose, or a blend of cellulose and a little bit of cotton. But Arches, which was one of the most prominent watercolor brand back then, did come up with a journal, and I got to buy one. And it was a spiral-bound journal. I can't remember how much I paid for it. It was a long time ago. And I don't think it had very many sizes. But it was a lovely journal with cotton paper, 100%, and 140 pounds. So nice and thick. Basically what you usually buy these days. You know, if you want to buy a sheet, it's often what's recommended. Now, I was so precious with this journal because first it was pretty expensive back then, and then it was the only one of its kind. But mostly soon after I bought one, Arches discontinued them. And so I waited to use it, and I just wanted to make it a perfect sketchbook, which is silly, I know, because a journal or sketchbook should probably be used for practice. But a few years ago, I had the idea of saving it to practice portraits. And then I was watching a lot of historical drama series, and I had in mind to paint like the couples of those series, the main characters. And so the first one that I started was from Paul Dark. And I had a lot of fun. I think they turned out pretty well, and it was just lovely to work on this paper, obviously. Good quality paper. And then I stopped right there. She doesn't have her husband. No. Anyways, I thought I would probably add also maybe Pride and Prejudice and just other series or movies. But as you can see, I just moved on to other projects. And I've got a bunch of pages left for this one. I probably should just get back to it, not necessarily continuing this project, but at least use it because it's such good paper. Since then, we've come a long way, and while for a while these were not available anymore, you could buy some homemade ones on places like eBay or Etsy. You could make your own homemade ones with the whatever paper you wanted. But brands came out with thicker paper. And right there, it was such a difference. But it was still not cotton paper, or at least not 100% cotton paper. But over the years, it got much easier to find journals that were both 100% cotton paper and 140 pounds thickness. Now these days, it's pretty easy. You can just go on Amazon and you'll find a lot of them from different brands, a lot of Asian brands, a lot of Chinese brands that are really good and very affordable as well. But I've always wondered why bigger brands didn't come up with something like this, like Arches did a while ago, and why Arches discontinued in the first place. You know, you had Strathmore made one as well. A few different formats. This one is great to travel. It's a soft cover, and it's a really good size for traveling. This one is 140 pounds and also 100% cotton. But guess what? This got discontinued as well. And these are the only two brands that I know of that had journals with the paper that I want in it, besides, you know, the Chinese brands. Or you also have the Sketcher books. They're made with, I believe, the Fabriano paper. But this is super expensive. This is not what I'm looking for. I know they're very good journals. Everybody raves about them, but it's not what I'm looking for. That said, I just found out that Arches just came out with a brand new hardcover watercolor journal. So they come in a variety of sizes, and both cold press and hot press. This one is 8.3 inches by 5.5 inches. You also have a bigger, I think it's probably about double the size, but it's a portrait format. And you have also a square one that's about 8 by 8, I believe. Now these are not very easy to find right now, but I really wanted to get one and try it. That said, when I received it, I thought it would look really nice. It has an elastic, which, funny enough, it's kind of sideways, but why not? Now, the good thing about this is it's hardcover. I like the hardcover sketchbooks. But there's one thing I didn't realize, is that the paper is only 90 pounds. So while a very nice sketchbook, it also has a pocket at the end. The paper is quite thin, in my opinion. If you compare it with my old one, I don't know if you'll see much on the video, but this one is way bendier than this one because it's thinner. But if you know the difference between 90 pound and 140 pound paper, you'll know what I mean. Also, it looks like on this one, the cold press paper is a little smoother than on the thicker paper, which actually can be nice if you're using ink, if you're doing line and wash in your sketchbook. That could be a good thing. But I'm just concerned about the thickness of the paper. I tend to use a lot of water when I paint. Maybe I'll use this with a different medium, or I'll try to use a different technique. That might just push me to try something new. Now, what I don't understand is why the big brands do not have a journal with thick paper in it. Like Hanamule, for instance. Whether you have the deckled edge journal or the one that doesn't have the deckled edge, it's the same paper, I believe. But the paper in the Hanamule journals is 120 pounds, which isn't bad, really. But it's much better than 90 pounds. But why not 140 pounds? Now, I'm wondering if they're afraid of the competition. Their product is more on the expensive side. It's not very, very expensive, but it's a lot more than the Chinese competition. And I'm wondering if when you get something for like $12 or $15 even, that's nice and thick, that's 100% cotton, it's hard to beat that price. And if you had the same thing made with Arches or Hanamule or Fabriano paper, it will for sure be more expensive. And I don't know if they're thinking that they might not sell the product at a higher price. I think I would, because I know what to expect with this brand. I've used their paper for many years and I really like it. But I don't know if everybody would think the same way. Now, I'm hoping that since this is brand new, I'm hoping that they do come up in the future with thicker paper. That would be lovely. And the book itself is really beautiful. It's nice and solid. And yeah, it's classy. I like it. This one does not have a ribbon, but honestly, I rarely use it, so I don't really care. It's nice when there's one, but I personally don't think it's necessary. What they say on the packaging is that they're good for watercolor and wet techniques, felt pen, color pencil, pastel, graphite, and pen. Which I'm pretty sure, yeah, it's good for a lot of mediums because it's smoother than the regular Arches cold press paper, at least a thicker one. So I would think that using it for other things or mixed media projects, I think that would be good paper. But again, I don't like the thickness of it. I'm just gonna have to try it and play with it and see how I like it. So that's gonna be for a next video. So tell me what you think about it. Are you excited about it or disappointed about the thickness of the paper? I have hope. I'm really hoping that this is the beginning and hopefully Arch will come up with what I'm looking for. Thank you everyone for stopping by and listening to my rant today. I'm still happy I got it because I can try to use it for a variety of mediums and see what I like it best for. Have a wonderful day everyone. I'll see you soon with another video. Bye bye.